What's up? I'm Sunny D Curls and I have autism and I want to talk about the autism camp that I volunteer at. I have seen how important it is to volunteer at this camp and be a mentor to kids with autism, and I am working in the middle grades. One great thing about the autism camp I volunteer at is even in the middle grades, these kids have taken the initiative to make friends and get along really, really well with each other. Whereas in a normal public school, these kids would be bullied because of their autism. But at the day camp I volunteer at, they're very, very nice and respectful, and they just love to hang out and play. There's one kid in our group who is very sweet, but he thinks it's funny when kids get in trouble. And I just think that's because of his autism. And he asks me questions. Is it funny when a kid gets in trouble? Is it funny when a little kid cries? Is it funny when the teacher yells at the kid or makes him sit in timeout? And then he's like laughing at it. And I'm like, no, that's not funny. It's actually really sad. But I think he'll learn over time. And I think when he finally gets himself in enough trouble, then, he'll understand it. But other than that, he's mild. Like, he doesn't really make fun of anyone, but he's a really nice kid, though. So yeah. Alright, here's some problems I have with the camp I volunteer at. The counselors who work with the little ones seem very stressed out. It must be stressful to be in their position, let me tell you, because I've actually been there as a CIT at this camp. So I know. Now, one thing I noticed at this camp that I volunteer at is the counselors and the teachers who work with the little ones don't seem like they have enough training. They yell at the kids or are perceived to be yelling at the kids because I have very good hearing and I can pick up on things. Like, I can tell that your tone of voice is a little too sharp, like a lemon. Some of you are the lemon teachers that I remembered when I was a little girl. Not saying like lemon, but sit down! You better sit down! And they have boys with ADHD or attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. Thank you. Another mistake I've noticed at this camp is with the little ones, the counselors can get upset at them. Whoa, you do not invest all that much emotion into your job. You are harming the kids who you are working with. Yes, it can be frustrating, but you've got to treat them with respect. And yeah, get them to obey somehow, but without being mean to perceived as mean or disrespectful. So, in the future, just make eye contact with them and speak firmly, because this will really help them to focus on you. So yelling at them from across the room, that's just hurtful. So next time, yeah. As a volunteer and somebody who's on the spectrum myself, I kind of understand how to use my voice. And when they return to school, the teachers there will yell at them every day, all day long. So, and it's summer, so I just want their summer to be fun, and I want them to have a great day at camp every day. And so I feel like I'm just there to help them and help make turn their summer into a good one, because I know like in the fall when they go to school, it's not going to be fun because we're going to get yelled at because the teachers there don't understand autism. So, if you understand autism, you know where I'm coming. If you suffer from autism, you know where I'm coming from. Having been from similar places and being an autistic child at age 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, and pretty much coming from a very similar background as these little kids. Who wants to be yelled at by the teachers all day while they're there to have fun? And I was always misunderstood and yelled at, punished, hated it. I always resented it. So I'm sure that if you knew who I was, if you knew my story, then you would know where I'm coming from. So I understand that it's really to keep all the kids from harming themselves and harming other kids, but I don't want anyone to be punished. But I just want it to be fun because it's summer day camp. So yeah, it reminded me of it reminded me so much of my life as an autistic little girl. So yeah. And I've had a wonderful time at this camp. In the middle grades, the middle school group that I am in has been a blast, and I love these kids, and I will miss them so much. So the group I'm in, they are all in middle school, so they're a lot easier to work with, and yes, they need help, but they're awesome, and I just want to thank you so much for giving me a chance to volunteer for the 4 weeks, and I just had an awesome time, and I hope that I get to do it again next year. So with that being said, I hope you have a wonderful day. God bless.